Hi, everybody. Welcome. Happy Friday. Hope you're staying cool wherever you may be, if it's cool where you are, or hot where you are, I should say. It's been a long day. I just finished work. So we'll start off maybe sharing what we're reading tonight. Lee?
I am reading.
And introduce yourself, too, to the group, in case, you know.
I'm Lee or Leanne, whichever you prefer, from Dark Roots Creations. And tonight I'm going to be reading for the Magical Readathon. I'm going to be reading Pumpkin Spice and a Body on Ice by Willow Monroe.
I love the title.
First book in the Dixie Cup Diner series.
I like the title.
Have you started it already?
I have not started it.
I'll be interested to know what you think, 'cause I've never heard of that.
Well, the first series I read by her, which is the Cooper Sisters. No, it's terrible.
Oh, they're the short ones that you were reading,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, those were really bad.
Oh.
This series, Cozy says, is better, so
Okay.
I'm going to give this one a try.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, because that other one, I can't even tell you what happened. In book 2, I really can't even tell you what happened.
Well, I hope you like these better.
There was a point where I thought her sister was the murderer. That's like how bad it is. I don't even know what she could have been. I actually don't even know.
Oh, boy.
What about you, Storm?
Okay, so I'm Stormy from Storm Reads, and the first round I think I'm going to work on editing a video because I really need to get my July wrap up done. And then I'll be reading and working on, which is also for the Magical Readathon, but it's the because I could not stop death or something like that.
Good for you. You got the title right.
I got the title right this time. And I'm 50% into it, so
Nice.
it's not bad. I mean, it's a little dark, but I still think it's kind of cozy. It's historical, so you just kind of got to keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
It's in 1855, before the Civil War, so there's slavery talk, there's that kind of stuff. So you just got to keep that in mind.
Interesting.
Gotcha. Hello, everyone. I'm Tiffany from the Beach Bum Bookworm, and I'm reading Death of a Neighborhood Witch, which is some number in the Jane Austen series by Laura Levine. I think it's 11 or 12, somewhere in there. And then I'm also reading... Beyond a Reasonable... Hold on. I'm sorry. Just want to make sure. Yes, Beyond a Reasonable Donut. It's the 5th book in the Donut Shop series by Ginger Bolton. It takes place in a carnival. A carnival.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love
Super
it.
exciting.
Wait, 2 cozies and no romance?
I don't have a romance going right now. I will.
I'll bring the romance. Don't worry.
There you go.
I am reading a romance. I am reading. God, why does this title always escape me every time? The Second First Chance by Mona Schroff. It's literally about these two people it's the childhood friends to lovers story that I love. They grew up right next to each other. They were best friends, and a horrible accident happened. There was a fire. Like they lived in houses that attached.
Mm-hmm.
So in this fire, her older brother and his father were both killed. And now it's many, many years later, and she is a firefighter. She is Indian American and a firefighter. So she's like a lot of harassment from the other firefighters and stuff, plus the whole thing, possible relationship with her childhood best friend. So far, it's really cute, and I'm liking it a lot. So, yeah. So that's what I'll be listening to. Plus, I'll be eating dinner on the first sprint because I need to do that.
Outlander update. I have 7 hours and 20 minutes left.
Nice, Storm. That's amazing.
Are you enjoying it?
Yes, I am actually.
Nice.
Are you enjoying it to the point that you might want to read number 2?
Yeah, I think so.
Eventually.
Yes.
Very nice.
That's awesome. Did you finish the Gungle?
I did.
What'd you think?
Favorite book of the year. Hands down, favorite book of the year.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Oh,
I was
no,
listening to one.
it knocked out the girl book.
It did. Yeah. I was literally driving to work yet listening to it yesterday, and for anyone who's read it, there's the scene with the letter, and that's all I'm gonna say. There's a scene with. I literally started crying in the car, and then at the very end of this very touching letter, he makes a comment, and I just laughed so hard I almost squirted coffee out of my nose. This book is so good.
I love it.
Yeah,
That's
it
so
was
exciting.
so
It's
good.
on my TBR, so I'm
Oh,
glad.
I really
I
hope
heard
you
nothing
enjoy
but
it.
good things.
Yeah.
Nothing but good things.
Yeah. All right, let's get into some comments. Hello, Amy. Hi, everyone. I'm currently reading First Degree by David Rosenfeld, book 2 in the Andy Carpenter series. I'm at 33%. We determined those are the ones with the cute dogs on the cover, right? Very good.
Yes.
It's a very long-running series, I think, too.
Very long, yeah. Hi, everyone. I'm reading Finley Donovan is Killing It by Ellie Cosmino at 54% on audio. I've heard so many good things about that book, too. I really want to get to it.
Is that a women's fiction? Murder
It's
or mystery?
it's kind of like she kind of gets suckered into like pretending to be like an assassin. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's supposed to be hilariously funny.
It's a mystery, kind of like a chick lit mystery, I would think.
Yeah.
I tried it. I DNF'd it, but I need to give it another try. It's very chaotic at the beginning, and I was like lost. I was like, and I don't think I was in the mood for it, so I like quit. But my friend enjoyed it, so
that's good.
Gotcha.
Happy Friday, everyone. Reading Live and Let Chai by Brie Baker. I very much approve of that.
My new favorite.
Hey, Hannah. I'm going to be reading Death of a Country Fried Redneck by Lee Hollis.
Excellent choice.
Hello, Cajun. I just froze there. Hi, everyone. I'm going to start Proof in the Photo, the Inn at Holiday Bay number 9. Oh, nice.
Nice. We will be caught up then.
Always good. Hello, Dream. Hi, everyone. Tonight I'm reading A Salted Caramel by Amanda Flower. Again, I approve.
I'm so excited for you, Dream.
I know. Starting it with that series, it's like, yay.
I know. I'm always excited.
Hi, Jessica. Hi, everyone. Taking a break from homework to read Just Like Home. Sounds like a romance. Is it a romance?
That would be my guess, too.
Mm-hmm. Hello. I'm reading Lemon Tart Mystery by Naomi Miller. That sounds good. Is that... I think I saw her posting. I think that's an Amish series, but I'm not certain. Book fan, hello. We'll be starting The Rocky Road to Ruin by Mary Allen.
Hey,
Jesse, hello everyone. No clue what I'll be reading. Do you need help?
Suggestions, perhaps.
Suggestions?
Cozy mystery suggestions, perhaps.
You're on my channel. Romance suggestions?
Fair enough. Fair enough. You know what?
Listen, come to Tiffany tomorrow. No, I'm just kidding.
There you go.
Hello, Lauren. Hi, everyone. Happy Friday. I'm bouncing between a few books tonight, starting with Death of a Kitchen Diva. Excellent. Melanie, hello, all. I am finishing Dakota Born by Debbie Maycomer. Ooh, an oldie but a goodie. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Lee. Hi, Tiffany. Hi, Storm. Hi, everyone. I'm reading Decaffeinated Corpse by Cleo Hoyle, number 5 in the Coffee House. Page 165 of 262. Oh, you're almost done.
Excellent, Melanie.
Awesome. You're making such good progress in the Magical Readathon. You finished like 35 books this month so far, right?
I will finish it tonight, and this will be number 7.
See, I was close.
Holy.
Good Lord.
That's incredible.
She finished like 4 books on day 1.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I finished, I think, like 4 books. I'm like,
wow.
Like,
that's
one of the books that I finished, though, I was halfway through it before
Still counts. Fine.
Still counts. Mm-hmm. Well, I've read 4 books so far this month already.
See?
Wow.
So, you know.
Wow.
I had to slow down on the audiobooks, or all I'm going to have to read at the end of the month is like ebooks.
Right. You got to mix them up in there, right?
So well, I was like have one audio and one ebook at the same time, right? But I got my husband's listening to audiobooks. I'm shocked.
Nice.
Because he was sick on Tuesday and he likes to read and he couldn't physically read like so he like I borrowed an audiobook from the library as if it's like this bit. I'm like, dude, that's so 10 years ago.
You're like, I have 1,000 of them.
Yeah, can I show you my Audible account?
What does he listen to?
He's listening to, I think, a John Grisham.
I was wondering if he was going to go in for the Star Wars books.
He's got them on hold. But he's read most of them already. That's the thing, right? So, But yeah, I'm halfway through it. And I'm like, you've been listening to it for 4 days. I'm like, dude, I finished 3 books already.
Right.
A day. Beat
And he
that.
always used to make fun of me for like the speed. He's like, I had to turn up the speed a little bit. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not trying to get through the book quicker. It's how you're listening. You know what I mean?
People don't talk this
Like
slow.
this. Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
They don't.
Yeah, no, it's like, I think, I mean, they do that so that you can figure out where you want to put it. When they put it on number 1, like to start out or whatever. Yeah, it's like they're talking, like then you put it up to like 1.2 so that they kind of sound a lot more like, and then you can kind of figure out where it is.
There, yeah.
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 You can go the opposite too, eh? I never noticed that before until
Oh,
recently.
yes. Slow.
That
I'm
you
like,
can like
Where
slow it down
they
even more.
talk
who needs it that much slower? Come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love
It's
the
a good
title. Yes, that title was awesome. So we'll start our first sprint in a few minutes so I can go make my grilled cheese sandwich. Book fan count here. Wait to hear what you think. Hello, Cozy.
Cozy.
It would make a change if just once the person they are determined to prove innocent really was guilty.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a good
Everyone,
point,
I'm
Cozy.
reading Beauty, Expos, or Murder by Libby Klein, number 6 in the Poppy McAllister
Excellent.
series. I chose Cottage by the Sea by Debbie Macomber. Excellent
Love
choice.
that one.
That's a good one. Hi, I'm hoping to finish Long Overdue at the Lakeside Library by Holly Danvers. Fun. Occasion that would be a great twist.
As long as it's like not their best friend or something like that.
Right.
Right? Yeah, yeah. Hello all. I'm not going to be reading during the sprints, but later on tonight I'm going to start Beaches, Bungalows, and Burglars by Tanya Kappas. Another
Yay,
one I have heard of.
Yay.
18 days later and 85% into the town in a wild moose chase. I will finish it tonight.
You got this, Cozy.
You can do it. You can do it. Oh, Sissy's read. I have read Pumpkin Spice and Body on Ice.
Did you like
I
it?
did read the whole series. What did you think about it?
Well, if she read the whole series, I'm guessing she liked it.
Yes. Well, yeah.
There you go.
But maybe it's like a
The
juicy
finisher, one of the two.
right. Yeah. This series is garbage, and I'm just gonna angry finish it now.
Well, that could be.
5 stars for the Gunkle. Kim, I have enjoyed the first 2 Dixie Cup Diner books. Read them a few years ago. Still need to finish the last 2. Awesome. Nice. It's a mystery but funny. Finley Donovan. I haven't been lost at all. Really enjoying it. I think it's easy to follow on audio. There you go. I'm almost done with Sense and Sensibility. 65% read, and I'm loving it.
Nice.
Fantastic. Fantastic. All right, guys. Let's jump into a sprint till the top of the hour.
Sure.
Excellent. Let me bring up my banners. Get all fancy. All right, everybody. Happy reading.
Happy reading.
And how did everybody do on their sprints?
Good. I got to chapter 4.
Nice.
Are you liking it?
I'm liking this one better, definitely.
I got my video edited and I'm 54% into my book. So.
Nice.
I finished my book, Death of a Neighborhood Witch. And let's see. Then I don't know how far I got. And I mean, I'd already started The Reasonable Donut. So I think I'm about 35% or so in that.
Nice.
So I had a good reading sprint.
Good for you. I had my grilled cheese sandwich and potato chips, and it was delicious.
I bet.
And I'm at 35% of this book. I'd like to get it done. I don't know if I'll get it done tonight, but I'm hoping to get it done by tomorrow morning. I have a couple other books I'd like to squeeze in before the end of the weekend.
I'm freezing.
You need to build you a little fire there, Tiffany, or something?
I'm gonna, I never keep sweatshirts out. I keep like one because, I live in Florida. I don't
So
shouldn't
how
need sweatshirts.
cold is it there?
It's not, but I don't know
Like
why.
70?
She's cold from her air conditioner, not
I
from
was gonna say, yeah.
Maybe. But I have it on the same temp I always do. I don't know why. But it did really storm and that cools it down. So let me see what the actual temperature is. Lee.
92 is my guess.
82.
82.
Wow.
I would love to have 82 right now.
Mm.
Yeah, 82.
We're at 79 right now.
Cold. Kinda
Love
cold.
it.
Starting to get cold.
It's cold me while we're outside swimming.
It's cold.
It's relative. Amy says, I'm trying not to start a cozy mystery right now, and hopefully on Monday the new Miss Fortune book Swamp Spirits is out. My favorite cozy mystery series. Oh, that's nice. That's the Jana de Leon, right?
Yes.
I think so. Okay.
Yes.
Jessica says it's a haunted house story. So I think that's the one that I said, oh, is that a romance?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it's
That's
a paranormal. I don't know. Nancy, it may have just been the wrong time, Storm. Sometimes it's the mood. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I think. I just, wasn't in the right headspace, and listening to it, it felt chaotic to me. So that's why I was like, I have no clue what was going on. I was like, I can't do this.
I don't know.
Yes, Amish sweet shop cozy mystery, but more romance than mystery to me. Oh, fun. I'll have to check that one out.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for that.
That might be one that I'll look at for Amish in April next year. Hello, Jessica. Hello, everyone. Just finished dinner, a chicken salad. Yum. And I will hopefully be finishing the Gunkel tonight. Absolutely loving it. Yay. Yeah, she messaged me and she said she'd seen that I'd finished it.
Awesome.
You read quickly. I said, well, no, yesterday I had like a lot of like admin to do at work. So it was just earphone in and away you go.
Love those days.
Lee is having a Hannah reading month.
I hope so.
Yeah. Well,
Keep
so
the
far, so
momentum
good.
going.
Mm-hmm.
Jessica, twins again, having rotisserie chicken and salad later. Yum. Tina says, how does the scavenger hunt work? I see stuff about it on the Killing Time with Cozy's Discord and on Reading Sprints when y'all talk about it, but I'm not sure how it works. I will turn that over to you guys who have been doing it longer than I have.
Cozy wrote it in the comments.
Oh, did she? Okay.
Yep.
Twin telepathy. Next Saturday, not tomorrow, is yellow on the book cover. You find a book from your TBR with yellow on the cover, read it, and let us know on Saturday how you liked it.
Yep. We usually pick from a wheel twice a month. We have a bunch of themes that we threw in. B&B themed, yellow on the cover, water on the cover. You get the idea. Halloween theme, whatever. And then we pick 2 a month. Usually next month we'll only have one because I'm going to see Kevin. But normally we have 2.
So I had a question on that. What weekend are you going to be away? Because I know I was supposed to pick 2, but now I don't know what.
I leave Friday the 2nd and come back Monday the 13th or whatever that hold on.
So it's the second.
September, right?
So you would probably pick one for the
second
4th
Saturday.
weekend, right?
It'd be the second Saturday.
You're gone the second Saturday.
Yeah, I'm gonna be gone both, but we're not gonna do a scavenger hunt that second Saturday when we
That's
normally
for the
do.
4th Saturday.
Yeah, so you need one for the 4th Saturday.
So we need one for the 4th. Yep.
Perfect. Got it. Thank
So
you.
you're gone the 3rd of September and the 10th of September.
Yes. Yep. I'm leaving on the 2nd, and I'm coming back on the 13th.
Awesome.
So
Good for you.
we'll have one Saturday on the 17th, which is just a general, and then the 24th we'll do the scavenger.
Right.
Yeah,
Yep.
September's a weird month. Like literally the Friday is the last day and then it's the 1st of October. The 1st of October. It's practically
wait.
Halloween.
Can't believe it.
Cannot wait.
Golly.
You know, I said I am nowhere near looking for winter to get here. I have heard that it's going to be super cold, so I'm not looking forward to that. But I would like a little bit of a cool down. I'm looking forward to a little.
He just
cool
wants Mother Nature to do this to the temperature. Just
Right?
just a little.
Can't we just meet in fall, everybody, and just enjoy the fall weather?
Yeah. You know, and if we would actually have a fall, then it would be kind of nice because we used to, but nowadays it seems like we get like a week of nice fall weather and then it's cold.
Yeah. Oh, fall's my favorite.
Me too.
I mean, now I'm not used to that kind of weather, but I mean, it was,
Yeah.
I mean, my absolute favorite. Everything good happens in the fall in my, in
like, you
my
know,
world.
the turning of the leaves doesn't impress me here because we have oak trees mostly and they just turn brown.
Yeah.
So it's
Well, I mean, like, I love bonfires. That's one of my favorite things. We always had up north. We always had bonfires in the fall. Chili, hockey. Hello. Football even starts in the fall. I mean, come on. Well, September, beginning of September. You bet you get
Sweater
Halloween is
weather.
the only thing I got
Sweater
out of it.
weather.
sweaters, scarves.
Yes.
Halloween,
It's all the fall.
fall festivals.
Fall. Yes.
We don't
Apple
really do
cider.
bonfires. I don't, you know, so I'm
Apple
like,
cider.
It's not hot.
No.
That's it. It's not hot.
If we ever did a meetup,
It happens in the fall.
we would have to do it in New England in like October, early
Yes.
October.
Yes.
100%.
100% agree.
I miss New England.
And then
Alright,
we can all go sit under all the different colored trees and all read books together.
and I mean, is there a more perfect location for cozy mystery readers than like New
Right.
England in the fall?
Exactly.
since that's like where most of them
I know. We're here on a pilgrimage.
we want to see where the cozies are.
Yeah.
we could be like the TikTokers and like rope off the whole section, not because we want to take videos, just because we want to enjoy it peacefully and like just set the scene we have in our mind.
Like, this is our motherland.
yeah.
Yeah. Actually, it's funny when I used to go to Rhinebeck before COVID hit, which is the New York Sheep and Wool Festival in October every year. I haven't gone in 3 years and I won't be going this year because I'm just too concerned about people. But anyway, it's like crazy because like they have this big area where everyone who does knitting podcasts on YouTube meet up on the Saturday afternoon. And it's like celebrity sightings. Like, oh, I watch you on YouTube and I know you and I know, it's crazy.
I like that. That's gonna be.
I mean, I was walking around when I used to do the podcast, and I was just walking with Garrett at my first festival, and I hear this scream behind me, and I'm like, "The hell was that?" And then someone goes, "Oh my God, you're Sarah from the Canadian Knitter!" And she came up and hugged me, and Garrett's like, "Who is this?" I'm like, "I have no idea." Pleasure meeting you too.
like, no clue at all.
No clue, but I love your sweater.
Oh, wow.
Sissy says it was an okay series. I guess the one that you're reading there, Lee. Tina, Cozy Reads Mystery. Thank you.
Join us, Tina. Join us.
Join us, yes. It's about 5-star for me so far, about 75% of the way through. Oh, I hope you love it.
Excellent.
Jessica, yes, funny because it was chicken nuggets for us last time, I believe. Yes, and I think Hamburger Helper. Oh, I miss Hamburger. Garrett won't eat Hamburger Helper. He's too fancy. But
I
finding
added
one.
stuff to my hamburger helper to make it fancier.
Oh, well, yeah, hello. Yeah. That's what you do with Hamburger Helper. I ain't more different than the first one. I don't remember what book she was reading. Everyone, sorry I'm late. That's okay. Went out to dinner for lobster rolls, and I'll be reading A Killing It in Costumes by Zach Bissonette.
Oh,
I
I'm
always
so
feel like
excited.
speaking of New England lobster rolls.
Right?
Yeah, right. A Killing in Costumes. If I'm thinking of the right book, the husband and wife. It's a brand new.
It's the Hollywood one, right? The Hollywood.
If I'm thinking of the right one, it's a husband and wife, and they were in a 90s soap opera together, and they were very popular. And then I guess their career was ruined when their sexuality came out, and so they now own a Hollywood memoir shop, and they still work together and all that. I just think it sounds amazing, and I love the idea of a Hollywood memorabilia shop.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for it.
Mm-hmm. That one sounds really good. It's 80 pages left in the Gunkel. I'm loving this book. Oh, I hope you finish it tonight. 11% read. I was able to get 6 chapters read in Death of a Kitchen Diva. Fantastic. Page 51, 23%. Chapter 6, 43, 30.
Wow.
60%. Didn't read the whole time. 19%. Great job. Finally here, everyone, I'm at 28% of No Parm, No Foul by Linda Riley, number 2 in the grilled cheese mystery. I had a grilled cheese for dinner. I didn't like it. Oh, no. Or I don't like it. I gave the first book 4 stars, and this one's looking like a 2-star. Oh, that's disappointing.
That's horrible because I gave the first one 3 stars because I thought it was just okay. So I'm a little worried now. Well, maybe I'll love it.
Yeah.
Hi, Courtney. I just jumped on, but I'm reading A Court of Wings and Ruin, book 3, and I'm really loving this series. Excellent. Stephanie, I'm doing well on Something Like Love by Beverly Jenkins. Love Beverly Jenkins. And early in Deadly Summer Nights.
Yes.
I bought it in February, but Sarah, you made me pull it out of my TBR, so I'm so glad. You are welcome.
Oh, Stephanie, I'm so excited for you. I love it.
Nice.
Oh, you read the prologue in 2 chapters. Fantastic.
The person reading the haunted house story, is it the one by Sarah Gailey? Because if so, it's a horror book. And are you liking it?
Yes, that one is Jenna DeLeon. I love her books. Hi, ladies. Happy Friday. Just tuning in. Welcome. Happy Friday. Finished Dakota Borum, my first Make Homer. She's a great writer. 4 stars. Oh, fantastic. And that's one of her older ones, too.
Right.
So, yeah. And that is a Harlequin category. It was originally published as an American romance. No. Maybe. I can't remember. Anyway. I do have it as an American romance. I didn't read during that sprint. I put dishes away, took a shower, and gave the guinea pigs their evening treats.
That was very productive, though.
Busy, busy. I'm having much trouble following Shadow of Night Storm. So many characters and change of timelines with no warning on audio. Oh, that's frustrating.
Yeah, I haven't actually listened to that one on audio. I actually read the print version of it, and so I can see that one probably being a little confusing on audio.
Is that from a series?
Yes.
Yeah, it's from the All Souls trilogy, the Discovery of Witches.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's the second book.
Okay. And I can't wait for October. Preach. Hello. Nancy, I have the gist of it, and I'm at 82%, but I like the first one much better. Storm, they say that every winter is going to be worse than the last. It's true.
Say that.
Yeah.
Except for ours have been really bad the last couple of years, so I am a little worried.
Last year was really bad for snow, and they say it's going to be like comparable this year and year. It's like, yeah, but we're in Canada.
Right. So how much?
You know,
like last year, we didn't get hardly any snow, but they said that this year's going to be really wet. So I'm thinking
I would prefer snow because it's usually warmer.
Yeah.
It has to be warmer for it to snow. But like last year, we had snow like past the back bumper of my car. That massive snowstorm in January. It was so much fun.
And if we get snow, Dad gets cranky because then he can't go to Denny's and have his coffee with his buddies. Because I'm like, I don't like to drive in the snow, and he's getting too old to drive in the snow.
Yeah. When we got that snowstorm in January, I was standing outside. Back when I smoked, I was standing outside with Garrett in the garage, and we're looking at like it was like you couldn't. It would have been up to your knees if you'd walked out, right?
Wow.
And I told my manager, I'm like, yeah, I won't be coming in today.
Yeah.
Garrett dug us out enough, like behind my car, in case of emergency, like in case, but we didn't go anywhere. I loved it.
You should have seen him through the first stages of COVID. I thought he was just going to go stir crazy. So
Oh.
it was like it'll be okay. We'll be able to go eventually. And we live in Missouri where we were very lenient on that stuff anyway. So I mean, we were only like closed down for a few months before everybody was up doing it.
Yeah.
I feel like if you were like, if you're an introvert, that was like your time to shine. You know what I mean? You're like,
Yes.
I got this. No
They're
problem.
like, you can't leave your house, whatever. And I'm like, I fail to see a problem.
I know, but that's like, I think the only thing that with me is because I am very introverted and I was fine not having to get up and go and all that stuff, and it was fine with me. But there is a point to where you get a little cabin fever because
absolutely.
you can't go anywhere. When somebody tells you can't go somewhere,
Right.
then you get a little bit like, because
The only thing I felt
I
like
want to go to Walmart. No,
Right.
you can't go to Walmart.
yeah, it's like if you wanted to go somewhere you couldn't, but I like the option that, so like this is my thing in the summer that I feel bad. Like if I just want to stay in the house and do nothing, but it's a nice day out, I feel like guilty because it's like it's a nice summer day. I should be out enjoying this, but I don't want to. But then when COVID came, it's like, oh well, got to stay inside.
Darn.
Right.
And I wasn't working for those. I wasn't working for 6 months from like March until September, and it was fabulous. Like, I'm sorry, I do love my job, but God, it was nice just sitting at home doing nothing for 6 months, not having to go anywhere, not having to do anything. I loved it. In North Carolina, we don't get fall really. It just hot till November, then it's winter.
You should have turned your dad on to cozies.
I do need to try to see if he can read an audiobook because he wants to read westerns, and I had gotten him some, and they just sat there and collected dust because he's like, well, I tried, but like I'd have to read the paragraph over and over and over again because he just he can't focus on it, and he's like, I can't do it. But he likes to listen to his Bible on like audio or whatever. So I mean, I should try and see.
Oh yeah, so he might like
It took my mom a few goes to really get her into, because she was really against audiobooks. But now she loves them, absolutely loves them. Maybe start with something really long like Lonesome Dove.
Yeah.
We'll chat for another few minutes. October, my birthday month and Witches month. Ooh, I'm so excited. Yes. I'm reading Fury Born by Claire Legram, and I get to meet her in September at TBF Festival. I'm not sure what that is, but it sounds like fun. Just tuning in, I am reading The Man Who Died Twice. Is that the next in the Richard, the Thursday Murder Club series?
I think so. And I just realized that there's like a third one coming out because I was
I saw that. I still read the first one.
Because I've read the first two. So
I haven't yet. I love fall, but only when it acts like fall.
Exactly.
Great.
She loves fall because she's always turning into a pumpkin.
Yeah.
I do love pumpkin.
Hello.
I'm a little weird because like everybody likes the pumpkin spice lattes and all that stuff, and I just like pumpkin Cheerios.
I like the pumpkin cheer. I take them to work as a snack.
Okay, at least I'm not the only, because I'm like, a lot of people are like, ew, you don't.
So they still make them for me and you.
So at work, we've moved on. I've moved on from my bobbins for cross stitch, and now I've been working on a side company we bought, and I'm doing chocolate molds and like soap and chocolate molds. But right now we're doing chocolate, and we're doing Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. So right now, like half of our like office is like set the stage for Halloween. There's like
Oh.
hay over here and like little apple display with like all the chocolate molds and stuff. And we're just like, and we don't have air conditioning right now. So this,
Oh,
it's just like, we're not even like feeling like let's pretend it's fall.
yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like I try not to eat a lot of cereal because I know it is a lot of carbs and stuff. So I save all my cereal eating for the fall so I can have the pumpkin
you go.
moves.
That's a good
I like
tradition.
cereal, but I tend to like it as a snack. Like if I'm when you put milk on it, it gets too soggy too fast. So I take it to work so I can
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
snack on it. That's me. It's a treat because there's so much sugar in it anyway.
Yeah.
I never listened. They said last month it was going to be horrible here, and we barely got any snow. Yeah, exactly. Love fall. I was able to snag my first pumpkin spice creamer last week. You and me both, Lauren. I'm currently drinking it, and I am so happy.
I saw after fall last year a meme that came out, and these two ladies are walking, and the one says, Pam, you're kind of grouchy. Push your pumpkin patch. And instead of like a nicotine patch, she's got a little patch on her arm that just has a picture of a pumpkin, and she starts rubbing it, and then they walk off like in the sunset together.
It's like those Snickers commercials, you know.
Yeah.
And they're like, here, have a Snickers.
Yeah, here I was
Snickers.
Snickers. You're cranky to you. Yeah.
Nancy, the coldest I ever was in Quebec in February for Ice Carnival. Never again. We were all inside, and it was minus 25 Fahrenheit.
Oh,
Was it? Oh, it was got to be 5 years ago. My dad was still alive, and we hit a week in January, and it was minus 40, which is equal Celsius and Fahrenheit. It's where the temperatures equal out. And I remember driving to work and praying that my car would start because it was so cold, and having to stop for gas. Making fun of, and like you're just like outside is because there are certain places like in Saskatoon, and I think also in like if you go to North Dakota and like some of those states where it's real cold, you can plug your car in. Like there's places you can plug your vehicle in, right? We don't have that here because it generally doesn't get that cold. So like on a day like that, you're praying your car starts.
Oh, wow.
Well, like a couple of years ago, it got to like negative 15 here. And we never get cold like that. I mean, I don't think I ever remember ever growing up where it was that cold. And we ran out of gas. And so all we had was our wood heat. And it sure wasn't enough. And I was up here, and I mean, I had like 3 or 4 layers of everything on, and a hat on, and my gloves and covers on. And I was like, so that's why I'm like, I don't want it to get too cold. And this time, gas right now, like for propane, it's almost $1,000 to fill a tank, and we don't have the money for that. So it's like,
oh my Lord, holy cow!
That's
that's why I said I don't want it to get too cold because we're just gonna have wood heat. So
We're gonna have to knit you a onesie.
I'll knit like the wind for you.
And then like the whole
I need some of them
over
socks.
your head has a little cutout for
right, just like the
your
whole like
hand.
the.
Well, you know it's cold when my dog who has a lot of hair gets under the covers with you.
right.
I remember one time it was, I was just a kid. Well, not a kid, I was a teenager. And I came downstairs one morning. It was really, really cold. And it was like February. The lights were on in the kitchen. I come and I'm like, it's freezing down here. And no one was in the kitchen, but this is how long ago it was. The phone book was open on the counter, right? And I look at the phone book and I'm like, what are we looking for? And I see at the top where they list what it says funerals. I'm like, oh, someone died. And then I look over and realize it says furnaces. I'm like, I think the furnace went out. I remember my initial thought was, who died?
It's like so many emotions at one time.
Right? So my mom, when she came down, we have a gas stove. So she put on the gas stove and we have the gas fireplace. So that nicely heat everything up. But no thanks. Favorite bonfires and no mosquitoes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be where the cozies are. Yeah, when you said that, all now I have in my head is the Little Mermaid. So shall we went over a little bit, but that's okay. Shall we have another sprint to the top of the hour?
Sure.
Yeah.
Excellent. Happy
Night, Nancy. I seen down here. She said
Yeah,
she.
and
Oh,
she
bye.
Night,
Hi,
Nancy.
Nancy.
There's just, all the Canadians were walking around outside going like, this is nothing. Yes, minus 25 was, or minus 15 is nothing.
Happy reading, everyone.
Happy reading.
Reading.
How did we all do on our sprints?
Weird part of the writing.
Can't hear you very well.
You can't hear me?
There you go.
Oh, there, better.
I don't know. I think I had like the thing on the mute button still.
Mhm.
So I got to chapter 7. It's okay, but like the murder happens and they're trying to figure that out. But like a side story is that women are getting their panties stolen, and apparently this is like a big controversy on the side, like off of their lines or something. I'm like, okay.
Oh,
Yeah. So, like,
Got a pen.
but like we've mentioned it enough times that it's like it's just secretly happened to every woman in town, but we're not going to talk about it. I don't know. Very weird.
very weird.
Okay.
You gotta wonder sometimes when the authors come up with these really strange side things that happens to the character.
Yeah.
Right?
I am 58% into mine.
Good
You
job.
know, I think I would like to know a little bit more about Emily Dickinson. I don't know a lot about her, and so it's kind of hard to know whether the author took a lot of liberties with this or not, because I don't really know. I do know that she is known to be a recluse, but I think it was when she was older, and so this happens when she's like 20 something. So maybe at the time she wasn't quite reclusive, because she goes out. I mean, she's going out and trying to solve the mystery with the her maid or whatever it is. So, and she's very blunt. And so I would like to know if the real like Emily Dickinson was kind of blunt with her speaking or whatever. Like she doesn't hold her words back, I guess you could say. Like,
It's times like that I'd like an author's note at the beginning. Like, these are the liberties I took, but this is what
so
I
maybe there'll be one at the end. I don't know. And
maybe.
so.
Maybe. But still, it's
Yeah.
interesting to think about. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Eileen got a sweatshirt.
I was gonna say she's bundled
made
up for
some-
her trip to
I
Nunavut.
made some tea. I'm like, and
Her and
then-
Tyra are going dog sledding later.
right. And I did not read. I was watching YouTube videos. I am very tired, and I knew that I wouldn't be able to focus. And I finished one book, so I figure, you know what? I finished a book today. I'm
Good
good
for
to
you.
go.
Sometimes you go down the YouTube rabbit hole, and they just one after another. I don't know what. Yeah, I just watch one. And I was like, oh, look, there's another one, and I need to catch up on this one, and this one, and this one.
Yeah. Well, man, I'm now subscribed to so many people that it's almost months before I get back to the top of my list. But I feel like, and I'm like, oh,
I sometimes like
ugh.
look at it, push the like button, and then go to the like because I don't have enough time. And then I pick and choose. Like maybe I like to watch a lot of TBRs and wrap ups. And
Yeah.
so a lot of
Absolutely.
times I will make time to watch those off of some of the channels that I like to follow. And then sometimes I might see something that catches my eye that might be somebody doesn't click on it.
Sometimes, yeah, I see somebody doing a review of a book I have no interest in. I'll still turn it on so they get the view for it, but I'll just go on to another video that I like, but because I still want them to get the view. But like, it's a book I don't even know about and I don't care about, so I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, that's fine.
Absolutely. Absolutely. No. And then I subscribe to a lot of like FlossTube people,
Mhm.
and their videos on average are an hour, hour and a half long. And I'm like, I just don't have that kind of time,
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Or then you get caught up in some, for example, I don't even know how this rabbit hole happened. I started watching these people DIY their own pool. And now I'm like invested in their DIY life over here. And I'm like, I don't even own a house. What am I DIYing over here?
I watch cemetery channels. Okay. So like, I totally get it.
I watch girls dreadlock their hair. And I'm all into it. I know how to dreadlock someone's hair by now. It's just, what am I doing with this information?
Mindless
The
entertainment.
joy of YouTube.
Yeah.
I mean,
I like watch resellers and booktube. I don't think I fell down any of the holes like that, but
Yeah.
oh yeah. Oh, I'm obsessed with we've talked about it. I'm obsessed with the homesteading channels. I
I
like a lot of
follow
the
a few
Alaska
homesteaders, but I
channels.
don't really watch them.
Right.
Oh, I just fall. Oh man, I just yeah.
Mhm.
Some of the Alaska channels, and then one of my coworkers told me about this couple that just sails around the world,
Mhm.
and I started watching their vlogs too, right down the rabbit hole.
I'm curious which one because I watched like 5.
Oh gosh, what are they called? They've like completely redone the inside of their boat. It looks like, I mean, like a
Mm,
5-star home. It's like it starts with a U.
I don't know if I watched them.
Mm.
Let me
But
try
the
to-
great part about those, going down the rabbit hole, the great part about those is when they run into pirates, like legit
See?
pirates out there on the water.
I mean, I just, yeah, I just, yeah.
And it's weird you just don't really think about there actually being pirates on the
Right?
Yeah, and no, there really are, and it's
but there are, yeah.
this one girl, this one couple and their daughter I watched. They actually like would say you and I wanted to learn to sail or whatever, so they would take us on as like a crew for a season, and like one of your first jobs is like staying up during one of the shifts just to watch for pirates.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's just like a whole crazy another life that we wouldn't even like know about. So
Well, that's the thing. When I fell down that rabbit hole of watching Kara and Nate, the couple that
Yes.
travel all over the world, I'm now watching it like, and I put it on, and it's the one thing Garrett will watch with me on YouTube, and he's like, and I'm like, we're in season 2.
What is it for? What do they
Kara
do?
and Nate, it's this couple in their 20s, and they've been traveling the world for the past 5 years. It's
Oh.
amazing.
Sailing Uma, UMA. I knew it started with a U.
I'll have to look that one up too. These are places I'm never going to go to, and that's part of the joy. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I like to watch sometimes the like guys from like I don't know the UK or Scotland or something like that, and their reactions to things that we do here. You know, they're like,
Oh yeah, I love that too. Like when you watch like Irish people try Skittles or whatever,
Right.
and like
well, and like they'll look at some things that are here, like I guess like our toilet, like the stalls in restaurants. You know how you got that gap down below, and they're like,
Yeah, yeah.
why? So I'm guessing they don't have a gap. I'm guessing, you know, because they're like, why? Do you want to look underneath? And so it's like this is a reaction to like those kind of things are kind of funny.
There's another guy I follow to that same vein. His channel's called Lost in the Pond, and he's from the UK, and he married an American woman. So he's living in Chicago, and he does these weird videos like how bathrooms are different in the US to the U. And he's delightful to watch. You know, like seriously.
And there's like there's a couple that are from Iceland. I think I've watched them a few times, and they do that reaction like things to stuff, and they take you around their little village and things like that.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
One thing I thought was like not strange, but just interesting when I went with my friend to Montreal. That like if you go to like it's not a shopping mall, but like if you went to a building that has a bunch of different restaurants, they don't each have their own separate bathroom. Like in the center of the building, there is one bathroom that all of the restaurants will use.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah. So like it could be like 5 different places, and then like there'll be almost like a side stairway just to go into the building that would take you straight to the bathrooms, but all of the other restaurants use that same bathroom too.
This was in Montreal?
Mm-hmm.
I knew Quebec was weird. We don't have that in Ontario, to my understanding, anyway.
Yeah, we were like, wait, where is it? And like, you have to leave, and then you go in the hallway, and it was just like all the other people use that one too, and we're like, oh, okay,
Sure. Sounds
when in
good.
Montreal, okay.
You know. And we actually, our office is moving buildings. We're going to a completely new building just down the street. We're on the 2nd floor right now. We'll be on the 11th floor in the new place.
Oh, goodness.
And my manager is so funny. She's like, well, maybe now random people will not use our bathroom coming in off the street. Because this is a thing. Like, I'll walk into our bathroom at work and be like, who are you? I don't know you. It's just weird.
One of our newest employee, he started maybe like a month ago or so. He's moved here from California, and he was telling us he moved and he was in LA, and he was telling us how in McDonald's it's hard to ever get into a bathroom because homeless people will like just sit in there, and they have free Wi-Fi and everything, so they just chill in the restrooms and the stalls. And I'm like, well, it's genius on their part, but you know,
Yeah.
kind of inconvenient of you. Need to go to the bathroom. But I mean, you know, when it's really hot, or I mean,
It's like, are you really using the restroom or using the Wi-Fi? Because I gotta go.
Yeah. 2 minutes,
use the
please.
restroom and go back in, because I guess
Yeah.
they just like basically hang out there, you know. And
Yep.
I'm like,
Yep.
in the stall, you know, and I'm like,
Probably a safe place to sleep too.
yeah, it's
Very
cool if it's, you know, if it's hot outside, and you know, I'm like,
I saw that a lot in the Kara and Nate videos. Like they're trying to upload a video and they go into like the local McDonald's in Shanghai and they're like just using the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Then
I'm
make
obsessed.
it work.
Right? I'm just kind of flying through some of the comments here because there's been a bunch of them. Love TBRs and wrap-ups. Yeah, I love doing them. I know everybody loves watching them. I know I put out a lot of videos, so just watch what you want, guys.
Well, you know, yeah, it's like, you know, with like wrap
Watch
up
dog.
and stuff. I'll be like, it's like my my wrap up or whatever. I was like, if you want to know more about this, I ramble quite a bit on my like weekly wrap ups.
Right.
You can watch those.
And I say it at the beginning of every one of my vlogs. I know they're long. If you just want to hear about the book, timestamps below. You don't want to hear me ramble randomly,
I'm like, listen, you're gonna have to get through all my road rage to hear about what I thought about the book.
right?
Boy, and it started right off on the road rage there.
This one, and you don't even know, I cut so much out of this last video, so much out. I'm just.
I was recording, and this vlog that you guys are going to see this week, I do a bit where I'm in the car. And I turned off the camera and I was driving, and that's when I actually got into the city. And it was just F this, F that. And I'm like, why wasn't the camera still going at this point? It would have been
my best work is when the camera's off. I'm like, it's terrible.
I love this comment somebody had up here. I watch dog grooming. I do not have a dog.
Exactly. You like, you could open a business now, you know it so well, and you're just like.
Well, it's like I was telling my aunt months ago about YouTube, about watching one of these cemeteries, because her and I have always been interested in cemeteries for the, like, we're just interested in history.
Yeah.
Right? So anyway, I was telling her, she's like, people just walk through cemeteries on YouTube and talk about it? And she's obsessed, right? So I'm telling her the channels to watch. Now she's all over YouTube. She's like, I'm just going to cancel cable. She says, and I'm like, we don't have
Yeah,
cable.
you don't need it.
Really?
Yeah, I
And then
mean, you can even watch movies on YouTube, so you don't need cable.
Right? She says, I do watch your videos. She says, but I don't watch the long ones. Like these. She's like, I saw you. She goes, I didn't watch it. And I'm like, you're not expected to. It's fine.
Just like it, it's okay.
Like
it,
you on.
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the, in college, I had a history class, and one of our things we had to do was go to a graveyard and do like the rubbing things or whatever it was. And you had to find an old graveyard. And here in Granby here, we have an old one. And it was really neat going through there, but it was really sad too, because it was like, oh, that one was a little baby. That one was a little baby.
Yeah, I know.
But it was also, is there somebody here? Because it was really creepy. I'm in there by myself. The leaves rustle.
Yeah.
I always wonder if I should, like, there's a thing around here, like where I, like, around by me, where everything is like a little plaque that'll be like, George slept here. George stayed here for like George Washington. So I'm always like,
Okay, that George.
that George, right?
That George.
Yeah. Not Bush or whoever else we're talking about here. Who I completely always forget was a president, both of them, but whatever. But yeah, so it's like all like these like little historical, like George slept here, and I'm like, oh, should I just take like a little history tour and like go around to some of these places? But the funny thing is, like, now the one near me, it's like George slept here. It's a pool supply store. So like, you know, what part of it do you want to see? You know?
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Maybe I should do that. George slept here, and this is what it is now. You know?
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Our town is an old mining town.
Okay.
And
That's so
so
cool.
there's a lot in like the old cemetery. You have like the pickaxes and stuff on the things and stuff like that.
I love that.
Well, my town was named after a warship in World War II, the SMS Ajax. And the town itself was commissioned to make bombs, right? And all this, I should do it in a video one time to show everybody. But like my street name, it's got a battle, like the image of a battleship. And it means that if that has it on there, it's that street was named after someone who served on the ship.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting, like for the town of Ajax is where
I love that stuff though.
I think it's interesting. And then like that cemetery that's down by the lake that I showed in one vlog, they used to be very creepy when I was in high school because it was never gated off. It was just like an open area and there was like a couple broken tombstones. Of course, teenagers would go and drink and, teenagers, right? Mm-hmm. And now they've got it all gated off like properly and stuff. But it was like the first settler family that lived there. And I love like they list the whole family on the plaque and then some neighbor named Betty. How nice they included Betty.
They just put her on there. That's hilarious.
One of you is always there when I'm having my morning coffee. It's always a booktuber or two and then something homeschool related. It's hard not to fall down the YouTube rabbit hole. It's so true.
I watch homeschooling. I don't have kids. I'm never going to have kids. And I still watch it. And I'm like, oh, she has way better supply. She's way more prepared than this other lady over here.
She's causing drama with the homeschoolers.
Right. Or I like to watch Mom of 20, makes breakfast for her kids or something. Like,
yeah.
why? I'm like, it's just me and Mark, and he doesn't even eat breakfast, so who cares?
Sometimes I like to watch the grocery hauls for big
100%.
families.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
For the big families, because I'm like, I can't even plan for the two of us.
Yeah.
Like,
and they plan, they're with their 6 carts and, and it's $2,000.
And they do like the whole month or something,
Yes.
I can't even.
Yes,
plan for a
Storm.
week.
yes, exactly.
Yep.
And I'm like, it's incredible to me.
If we can figure out what we want for dinner tomorrow, I figure we're doing pretty good.
That's
Yeah.
it.
It really is a day by day thing here. It's like, oh, I think we're gonna have.
And
this
then they're
today.
like, and I have 4 freezers I have to have, and I'm like,
I'm too indecisive for that crap.
I love it.
Productive Sprint just got back from Sam's Club.
Nice.
My July
Excellent.
wrap up went over an hour to less than a half an hour. So proud of myself. Good for you.
Nice.
It's like when I used to do the Harlequin video. Well, I still do the Harlequin videos, just not as much. They really want them like properly edited, and I would film like an hour's worth of material and cut it down to 10 minutes. I'm like, this is painful. This is why I don't edit.
Well, I think my wrap up was like 17 minutes maybe. It was a little bit longer because I wanted to mention all the books that I read for the retro romance and stuff like that. So I did that, and then after that I was like, okay, now the non-romance ones that I actually liked.
Right.
Right.
So I mentioned like three books that I liked, and then one that I DNF'd that I didn't talk about during my wrap up. So
I'm glad you explained that, Melanie, because I didn't know what
I didn't
mudlarking
either.
was.
yeah,
So
I,
was
I
like,
had no clue either. I was like,
I've heard
It
of it,
sounds
but I wasn't.
interesting. it sounds interesting, but
Yeah, for sure. I was watching a carpet cleaner the other day, and it was so fascinating.
Agree.
100%.
and
I don't
since
fish, but
you guys- some
fishing
of
for
you guys
metal
like
seems
the
to be my jam.
ASMR things.
Yep.
Have you watched what's her name? G, the book roast
G Book Roast,
library one?
I did watch it, yes. And I mean,
It's very pretty.
yeah, it is really good. If you want to see, it's like one of the so G from Book Roast, who does the magical readathon, this year she did an ASMR room of a library.
Ooh.
So she did it pretty good. There's like books, papers flying through at one point. You hear the
There's some
crackling
birds, the ravens come in, and
Oh,
there's a
wow.
book that's like flipping the pages
Yeah.
through.
I
And
love having that on the background while I'm reading. I just,
she did
Yeah.
a really good job. She said it took quite a long time to make.
Yeah,
no
I'm
doubt.
sure.
No doubt.
yeah, but it looked good. I thought so. Very relaxing.
I watch people that go grocery shopping from other countries and then go back home and watch them make dinner that
Yeah.
they bought. I don't know why. I love watching food from other countries we can't get here.
Mhm.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, I do too.
And I like to watch for like even the keto stuff, even though I'm not
Mhm.
like huge into that like right now. I would really like to get back into it, but it's just really hard. But I like to watch what they eat in a day, try to get ideas off of like the stuff that they eat.
I should do that for vegetarian.
If you ever want to watch, there's this girl who does. She's vegan. It's almost she's so ASMR and chilled out vibes. She's from Canada. She lives in the Netherlands with her husband now, and it's called something Limes. Damn it, I'm gonna have to look it up.
Okay.
And it's just like such a relaxing. She makes every dish just look like it would be super easy to make, and she's just so calm about it. And it's just like, I can you just make food for me, please? You know what I mean?
There's this
Pick
Asian
up limes.
Asian
Pick up
lady.
limes.
Okay.
Pick up limes. Like instead of
I
like
love
pick
it.
up lime,
Right.
limes like Limes.
Nice.
There's this Asian lady that is a vegan or whatever, and she makes a lot of like the videos, and she's actually came up with like her own like noodle recipe
Mm-hmm.
or whatever that she experimented with all this stuff. So, and she makes it, and it was really interesting to watch her because she puts all the stuff in like a bottle and like squeezes it out and the stuff and stirs it around or whatever,
Okay.
and it makes the noodles or whatever, and it's like, this is so neat. I told Dad we need to experiment with that because it's like for people who are like can't have like the wheat and things like that, and if they're like the egg noodles or whatever, it's the
Yes.
stuff and
Yes.
everything. And it was interesting. I'm like, we need to get this stuff because I want to make some noodles because noodles is like my thing.
Mhm.
Pasta all day
Yep.
long. Garrett says, "What are we going to do for dinner tonight?" It was this morning, and I'm like, I could just do sandwiches. Like we were going to order pizza. I'm like, why spend the money? We're always disappointed. Like it's never what we, you know what I mean? And I said, let's just do sandwiches. So he goes, okay. So he has his list for the grocery store. He's like, a loaf of bread, a bag of chips, and a box and chocolate. I said, those are 3 of the 4 food groups right there.
You're good to go. You're good to go.
We are good.
I don't know why we feel like we have to make some big elaborate meal. It's just like the simple, quick, fast things are simple, quick, and fast. They still taste good, and then you don't have to
Absolutely.
make a big deal about it. You just move on.
Exactly. Like, I
Yeah.
have all the cereal and breakfast for dinner, and
This
Yes.
I'm not proud of this, but I was so upset this morning. I was not proud of this, but I have been grocery shopping at a
Mhm.
farmer's, it's called Detweiler's. It's like an Amish grocery store. And they have a ton, it's all fresh produce that they grow, and then they have a meat department. They have a regular grocery too, but it's higher. And so I still get like a lot of the other stuff at Walmart. And I found these breadcrumbs that are AIP compliant. So on their website, it says it's pork skin and salt, and that they grind it up. That's it. Pork skin and salt, nothing else. So I order it and I get the container and it says pork skin, salt, and natural smoke flavor. No, there's nothing natural about smoke flavor that you can put into your food, by the way. So I'm like, and they were like $12. And so it was like on their website, it was like call and for questions. And so I call and the lady's like, and I said, I told her what happened. I said, your website says this. I said, on the label of the actual container it says this. I said, I wouldn't have ordered it if that was the case. So someone needs to make sure that gets changed one way or the other, if it needs to be added to the website or taken off the other. And she said, well, I don't know what that would be. And I said, well, can you look into it? I need to know if I need to exchange it, but if I can have it, I want it, because the reason I was so upset was because I was so excited to be able to have chicken tenders. I was like, okay, Friday night, I'm going to make chicken tenders. I was so excited. And I was like, wah, wah.
Aw.
And I was like, well, can you have somebody look into it? She's like, really? And I was like, yeah, kind of. I was like, I would like to know. Yes.
I'd like to eat it because I paid for it.
yeah,
If I
right?
can.
A lot of money for it.
Okay, and your
Yeah.
diet is not cheap at all.
No.
Oh heck
Not
no!
at all.
And my coworker was like, well, it's just pork rinds and salt. And I was like, no, it's not. That's the thing. It's just the pork. I can't grind up pork rinds because of all the stuff added to preserve a chip. So I was like, no, it was like a cool find, but
Oh, that's disappointing.
The other day, I was like, we have some stuff that we bought during the whole COVID buy everything thing, and I'm like, we really need to like use this stuff,
Mhm.
and so we had like a little packet of like, it's like the little rice-a-roni type, but it's in like a little plastic thing. It wasn't actual rice, but I was like, I have that, and I have hamburger meat, and I have cheese. I have extra cheese, and got some vegetables, or I said green beans. I was like, just put it all in one pan.
Best meal. Best meal.
Added a little extra cheese,
Yeah.
put some green beans in it. We had a
It
can.
makes everything good.
And I told, and Dad, he's like, this is actually really good. And I'm like, yay, score.
That's awesome. I love that.
He's like, this is almost like Hamburger Helper, but a little bit better.
There you go.
One of my favorite meals, and Garrett has me make it, even though it's the easiest thing. I don't know why he can't do it. It's chicken breast. Cover it with a can of whatever cream soup you like, cream of chicken, whatever, and then frozen vegetables, broccoli, carrots, whatever you want. Throw it all in a casserole dish and cover the whole thing in stuffing or dressing. Top, make that up, cover it on top, throw it in the oven for 3. Oh, delicious.
It does sound delicious. And now,
Sorry.
no, it's okay.
Everything I can't have.
No,
I know.
no. I'll be able to add foods back in eventually. Not processed foods, but if I can just add milk, I've been like I feel like a mad scientist in the kitchen on this
I bet.
on this diet. My mom's like, "What'd you do this weekend?" I was like, "Well, I made tomato sauce out of pumpkin and cranberries. What'd you do?"
Oh, hey, was it any good? No. The other recipe was better than.
Oh, big time. Big time. The beet and carrot recipe tomato sauce was delicious. This one, I think it was more a texture thing. It had like a baby food texture because of the pumpkin puree, and I just couldn't get behind it for tomato sauce.
So eventually, can you go back to eating normal, for lack of a better term, or is it like some things you're going to have to keep doing?
So eventually, so you can never add back in like a bunch of processed stuff
Of course.
and a bunch of like sugar stuff, but you can add in one food at a time after about 90 days. And but it's like, again, very whole food type of things, but you can try to add back in, almonds or other nuts. You can try to add back in eggs. You can try, but and then eventually, because you're only adding one thing back in at a time, if you have a reaction, okay, I can't
It's that thing.
have this.
Gotcha.
So, but
And
you're never going to be able to
some
add
things
back
that you
in
can
just
have, right?
processed food of any kind. What'd you say?
Sure.
You know some things that you can have from doing this before, though, right?
Yeah.
Like certain things.
Oh, that's hard. I can't even imagine.
Do you have to eat a lot of salads?
I do on the weekend because, like, on Saturday afternoon, I normally don't cook lunch. Because I normally eat before the live at like 11, and so I usually have a salad. But other than that, I don't have a whole lot. I made maybe one this week. It's all in my what I ate for the week on my week 2. But I ate like maybe 1 or 2.
Fair enough. Garlic butter noodles.
Mm.
Yum. Anything simple? Yes. I make noodles and cream of mushroom soup almost all the time as a go-to, or just a cup of noodles and I'm good. Yes.
Yum.
My homemade tortillas today. Ooh, that
Wow.
sounds delicious. You can make your own cream soups. Good.
Watch all those homesteaders. You already know that.
Well, because of doing keto, I know how to make my own cream of mushroom.
Really? Interesting. See, I am rubbish in the kitchen. Rubbish. I'm like, I can make cereal and craft dinner, and that's about it.
Yeah.
I think, though, if it was just me, I could probably live off of just that, and I would be fine. But Dad's like, can we have something different?
Aw.
When I was single, that's what I lived off of. And it was funny today for lunch, I was craving sausage rolls, little, right? So we had gotten Garrett a air fryer for Christmas or his birthday, and I've never used it. And I'm trying to learn how to use it. So I did it today, and I was so proud of myself that I used the air fryer.
Yeah.
So I said to Garrett, technically, I have no use for you anymore. You can leave now.
Really fine.
You're good. Thank you.
That's hilarious.
This reminds me of what I went through when I had to follow the GAPS diet to heal my digestion and intolerances. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably a lot of the same stuff.
Yeah, I've tried to like they have that where you're supposed to like not eat these certain things for like 20 days or something like that. I'm like, I don't think I can survive. So I don't know how you can do it.
20 days or 20 minutes?
Because you can't have cheese and you can't have wheat and you can't have, all these things. And I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do it.
The funny thing is, it's like, I don't know if you guys are like this. You're fine to not eat something till the moment somebody says you can't eat it. And now you're like, now I have to have it.
An
Yeah.
entire plate of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you might have never even thought of it.
I think that's like the thing, like with keto, I was doing really good with it, except I kept thinking about the potatoes so much. I was like, I want French fries. I want French fries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now I've had my French fries and I don't want to go back. So I'm like,
All I just tried to think about was like the really gross things on there when they would make like the fat bombs. And I'm like, no, I'm not eating like, you can't convince me that like a little ball of butter covered in unsweetened cocoa powder is good. It's not. No.
yeah,
What?
I make better fat
Oh.
bombs than that.
Exactly.
I've never heard of
It's
that.
called peanut butter and chocolate.
Right.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're supposed to eat more fat on the keto. And so
Oh.
if you're not getting in enough fat with the foods that you're eating, you can make these things called fat bombs. There's way more better ones than like, the butter roll. That's lazy people stuff right
Oh,
there,
disgusting.
or whatever. But yeah, you could make, you can take your cream cheese or something like that with strawberries, mix that up, blend it up or whatever, and like freeze it and have like a little ice cream thing or something. And basically you're using it for like the fat, because you might have put in some heavy whipping cream with the cream cheese, and it's just basically a little deal of fattening stuff that you need to eat that's healthy.
Oh.
Yeah. Because if you have protein, carbs, and fat, so if you're eliminating the carbs, you have to add up your protein and fat.
Yeah.
So they push a lot more of eating fat, but sometimes you're just like, fat is best with carbs. That's what we want.
And well, and like there's lazy keto to the extreme healthy keto people, and they're the ones that make the really fancy dishes, and the lazy keto are the ones that eat a lot of bacon and cheese.
That was what I
I
did.
could be those people.
Bacon, eggs, and cheese. That was what I did every morning.
That sounds delicious.
Yep.
My cardiologist may disagree, but that sounds delicious.
But my dad, he did this with me. Like we did it for like 2 years before the whole COVID thing, and we just kind of went. But his diabetes and stuff like that, his A1C went down from like 8 to 5 or whatever.
Wow.
In the keto stuff. So it's really was a good thing for him, but it's just really hard for both of us to get back into the mood. And right now with food being how it is, it's really expensive.
Right.
It is. It is. Absolutely. Anyway, guys, I don't know about you, but I'm exhausted. It's been a long week.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm ready to call it a night.
Yes.
Sounds good.
Okay. So I'll see most of you tomorrow over on Tiffany's channel.
Yes.
But before we go, Lee, what's coming up on your channel? Anything good?
Today, my Reading Life and Vlog came out. So if you want to hear a lot of F-bombs in the car, go watch.
Always an entertaining time.
Yeah.
What about you, Storm?
And as soon as I upload it to YouTube, I will have my July wrap up.
Nice.
I haven't got it uploaded yet.
Tiffany?
I will film my July wrap up on Sunday because I do all my filming on Sunday usually. Sunday, and I'm also going to do some recommendations for Autumn Amore.
I got to have my announcement video next week for that. But tomorrow I do have an announcement video for a fun little weekend readathon that's coming up in a few
Ooh.
weeks. That'll be coming up tomorrow. So stay tuned. Yeah. Anyway, guys, have a great night. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Thanks, Sarah. Bye, everyone.
Thanks. Bye-bye.